We're speaking about Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. And before I speak about it, I wanna step back a few years ago when Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao took place. You know, Manny Pacquiao, who solidified his legendary legacy and everything that he has accomplished in the sport of boxing. And then when he faced Floyd Mayweather, did it make a difference losing that fight? In my opinion, yes and no. Because when he fought Floyd, it was such a close fight. We seen at the end of the day Floyd's superiority in technicality. But, you know, Manny Pacquiao didn't get demolished. Nothing really, it showed that he got destroyed in the fight. No. But what I would have wanted is Manny Pacquiao, after going, facing fighters with better credibility. Yeah, what I mean, like one of the top fighters in the division. See, what happened was, in my opinion, Manny Pacquiao was facing fighters from the same stable which he was from, which was Top Rank. And he struggled with being in Top Rank, and he was having so many rematches and all that stuff. That kind of affected his career. As a prize fighter, you should be facing the top fighters in the division, and all these rematches is at the you might be making money, but it's also you wasting your legacy. Why? Because you should be fighting the best fighters out there. And Floyd, everybody might have their own opinion, but at the end of the day, he was very strategic who he wanted to fight, and there was a reason. And so at the end of the day, Floyd did things what reflected his career in a great way, and he's one of the best fighters. Some people might disagree in terms of style, and I would say okay, but style makes fights. But how do I compare that fight with Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao with Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford? What I'm saying is Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. It's an amazing fight, a crazy fight that is taking place, and this fight wouldn't happen if these two young gentlemen, prize fighter, who wanted this fight to happen, and they worked together to make this fight happen. Now, both guys are putting everything on the line for this fight to happen, to be the pound-for-pound fighter. Now, Errol Spence Jr. had a car accident, now coming back and winning. And now winning this fight is going to just put him in the top. Terence Crawford winning this fight is going to put him on the top. So, but at the end of the day, if this is a close fight, it will not define anything. What I'm saying is it's just like what Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao did it define as, yes, it defined Floyd as the best fighter, but it didn't make Manny, like anything low. So I think if a fight like that happens, these guys, they need to keep continuing and working hard to get the best fighters out there. And I think both Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. at this day and age, they are very smart. The fighters are smart, and I hope they are, because Floyd created a blueprint and this business-minded. I don't want to say I'm grateful. I'm happy for what Floyd Mayweather has done. He created this mindset for the fighters that they need to take care of themselves, because it's all about the fighters at the end of the day, because they're putting their life on the line, they're fighting. So Floyd has done so much good for this sport. People want to say all these things about Floyd Mayweather, but at the end of the day, he has done things for himself what has benefited him, and I believe guys like Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, they have followed the same path, and David Haney, Shakur, all these guys are following what Floyd Mayweather, the business mindset, what Floyd has put for everyone. We want them to be the best, but at the same time, they need to make that money, because at the end of the day, nobody will really care for these guys when they retire. So I believe they're creating that popularity they need, because boxing is not dead, but at the same time they're working hard. Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, together to making this amazing fight happen. I wish this fight was bigger than it is, because the whole world should know about it, because it's one of the most electrifying fight. The thing is, when people who don't understand boxing, who don't, know what boxing is all about, won't appreciate this. But when you appreciate, combat sports, even, my friends who love MMA, they would love this sport. They would love this fight, because appreciating, martial arts, appreciating people with skills, this is what this fight is all about. And I believe, in this fight, Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, there is no loser in this fight. But because they both worked hard to make this fight happen. But what I mean by no loser is this fight is for the fans. And this is very different than Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather when that fight took place. This is the social media era, and things has changed so far since the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao took place. And I believe maybe we'll see a rematch. If Errol Spence wins this fight, things are gonna get more interesting, because who knows if Errol Spence is gonna face Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. If he wins, who knows what's next for him? So there's so much on the plate, and and it'll be interesting to see if one of these guys, because boxing, I believe, is getting really big. Many places in the world where we didn't think it would be. Example is, over the years we've been watching fights in Saudi Arabia, and if we see one of these fighters like Terence Crawford or Errol Spence Jr. fighting over there, I think the fan base is just gonna grow. I would just end this video with saying, Terence Crawford, what an amazing fighter, footwork and hand speed, but the popularity level didn't reach like Manny Pacquiao, not even close, and the legendary level they have not reached yet, even Errol Spence Jr. So this fight is going to take them to a certain level, and they need to continue so they can reach to Pacquiao's and Mayweather's level. And this fight is a necessity for them to create that, that resume for themselves. And they do have a great resume, but it's needed. Boxing is not just about having great fights. There's a lot of things you need for yourself to become a great fighter, and part of it is the popularity level. I'm talking real talk, because you could be a great fighter and you can't sell tickets. I don't think the TV channels will carry you. So guys like Floyd Mayweather, an example is Adrian Broner. Over the years, he's been able to sell so much tickets, and sold out arenas, and people watched him fight because he was able to sell tickets. And that's what unfortunately that's one side of boxing. But at the same time, I believe Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford need this. And I think being the social media era, this fight will take them to another level for both fighters. So I think both fighters will give everything they have. They will dig deep. And I think we're going to have an amazing night of boxing. All right, everybody, take care and all the best. And we'll have an aftermath video about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Oh man, what do I feel about Terence Crawford if he wins this fight? I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know. I can say something about every fighter, but Terence Crawford, I don't know, because he has achieved so much in his division. So I don't know what's next for him. But I know that Errol Spence, being a bigger guy, there's a possible he might be facing Canelo. I heard this, but Terence Crawford, we just have to wait and see. This fight, it's a fight for the fans. It's gonna be an amazing night of boxing. All right.